Bills, much more favorable.
Oh my!
I mean,
that's like
they have the easiest schedule.
How?
It's the easiest strength of schedule in football.
It's the easiest.
Ninth easiest strength of
How
schedule.
is
It looks like the easiest.
It looks like the easiest.
It looks like the
Looks
easiest.
like.
No,
honestly,
it ain't no
Andy, I
looks.
refuse to believe my producer
is
told me
the
I have the ninth
easiest.
easiest. I refuse to believe this is the ninth easiest schedule. This has to be the easiest schedule.
4 of the first 5 are
This has to be the
at
easiest
home,
schedule.
dog.
in football.
4 of the first 5 are at home. What?
They
You got
just
the
came
Jets.
They just
4 of the first 5
Let's
are
do
at
it like this for a moment. Let's overlook the Ravens.
gosh.
You get to play Justin Fields. You get to play Tua Tagovailoa. I say get to at this junction in time because there's a lot going on there. You get to play Tyler Shuck or Spencer Rattler. You get to play Drake May. Wow. You get to play Michael Penix. Don't have to. You get to. You get to play Bryce Young. Then you have to play.
Just the
you have
quarterbacks
to
they
play
play.
Patrick Mahomes.
Looking at the quarterbacks that they play, they should be 6-0. If they beat Baltimore, they should be 6-0
If they beat Baltimore, yeah.
But here's another thing too. Like Buffalo loves these cold weather home games because they're so used to playing them. Okay, they start their season. 4 of the first 5 are at home, right? But you look at the end of their schedule: 1, 2, 3, 4.
Buffalo should win the division. Not the division. Buffalo should win the conference.
Thank you.
Buffalo should win
conference.
This has to be Josh's
about them
year,
Chiefs?
man.
Buffalo should win the conference.
No. It ain't about the Chiefs. It's about the schedule.
Yeah. Buffalo should win the conference.
I got you.
I mean, remember, even in the division, you got Drake May, you got Tua, and you have
Miami will be better.
and you have Justin Fields.
I think Miami will be better.
Let's focus now for a moment, though.
Okay, let's talk about this. I'm going to make separate videos because I really want to unpack the schedule with the Buffalo Bills. And then I haven't listened to it, but they're going to have a conversation about who needs the ring more, who needs the Super Bowl more, Lamar or Allen. But this schedule so far has been the easiest schedule of all the top contenders that I've seen. And I am looking at this and I'm like, man, Bills should lose like 3 games, 4 games at a max. I mean, like, even if we just gave them the easy losses, they're not predictions, but like, you know, the games that we think will be kind of tough. Let's just say they lose them. Again, not predictions. The Ravens, the Chiefs, the Eagles, and the Bengals, I guess, right? Like, there you go, 4 losses, maybe the Bucks, but like, there you go. All the other games, like, again, and I know it never ends up that way, right? You always randomly drop a game against, you know, the Falcons, the Saints. Like, it's we know how football works, but like, just to kind of get like this general baseline, like the wins are clearly there. You're not going to sell me that the Jets are better than the Buffalo Bills. You're not going to sell me that the Miami Dolphins are better than the Buffalo Bills, that the Saints, that the Patriots. I'm higher on the Patriots and the Falcons, and I think they're going to be better teams, but like, they should be better than Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills, that's for sure. The Carolina Panthers, Bryce Young, he's getting better. That's awesome. Love the story. Hope he turns out to be an awesome quarterback, and it'll be so fun to watch. Not better than Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. So, you know, Pittsburgh Steelers and Aaron Rodgers, maybe Mason Rudolph. You know, I mean, I don't know. And when the Eagles in week 17, they have a tough schedule. Like, they play the Commanders, then the Bills, then the Commanders again. You know, like, that's going to be a tough week 17 game for the Eagles, especially, and considering that the Bills get to play the Browns, and then after that they have the Jets, which the Jets could be, you know, sitting everyone for they could shut down everyone because they're just, you know, hey, we can get a top 5 draft pick this season and maybe actually draft our future quarterback. Who knows? Yeah. If I had to pick right now, based off of obviously such limited information, not having any idea how these teams are truly going to look in September, health, etc., etc., etc. And unless the Kansas City Chiefs continue to pull off the magic that they got, and they can still run that division and go 5-1, 6-0 or something in that division, you know, in the AFC West, if I had to pick right now, I'd say the Buffalo Bills win the conference, and the reality, or at least the number 1 seed in the conference, number 1 seed. And if they don't, outside of injuries, I'm just firing everybody straight up. it would just be enough. If you find yourself dropping enough games to the Falcons and the Saints and the Dolphins, like if you're dropping these games and now you're just like the 2 seed or the 3 seed, I'm just firing everyone. I really am. I'm just gonna be super just like cut and dry with that. I would just be so over it, because this is the type of schedule where they win these games and people say, well, who they've had to, yeah, they're the number 1 seed, but they've only had to play the Jets and the Dolphins and the Saints, and you have to keep fighting that narrative and all of that. And it's like, yeah, but look, they played great against the Chiefs and the Ravens. Like, this is the same old story that we always see with these teams. It's the Ravens, it's the Chiefs, it's the Bengals, right? Like, these are the top teams, the Eagles in the NFC, like, but I mean, like, there's just, they don't have to play the Commanders. They don't have to play the Rams. Like, there's a lot of easier games. There's more easier games than hard games, quite frankly. Like, it's just, yeah, this schedule is light. This puts them in a position to be happy and healthy going into, like, there's a great chance that the Browns are just awful and the Jets are just, I don't know, maybe they're hanging on, maybe not, but it's just like, even the final 3 games of the season, you might be in a position where you're like, you're pretty much locked. You don't even have to go too hard, even against the Eagles. Not saying you're going to sit people, but like, you're just, it's like, normally maybe that would be like a tougher message, sent type of game, but you're kind of like, hey, we're in the 1 seed. Like, we don't got to send any messages. We just got to be smart. Kind of what happened when you were playing the Detroit Lions. Like, yeah, that score was kind of crazy because they ran away with the game, and then the Lions kind of came back, but like, not really come back. The score was hardly what it was, but the Lions were a top team in the NFL at that time. And, that became just a looser, more fun game rather than this tough, gritty, physical game that normally, if you saw, hey, the Buffalo Bills are playing the Philadelphia Eagles, you would maybe see that. But I don't know if that's going to be a necessary game for either of the teams. It could be. It could very well be that the Bills have to win this game to try to lock up the 1 seed, or they have to beat, or the Eagles have to they're fighting the Commanders in the division. Like, it very well could be a tough, brutal, physical game, but I don't know, because it could also be one of those games where it's like, if the Bills win in week 17 against the Eagles, then they can rest all their starters in week 18, and like, that'll be an interesting situation potentially as well. So that's why, again, it's hard to fully predict, obviously, how any of this can go down, but on the surface level. But I haven't looked at every single schedule, but at this point now, I've looked at a lot of them, and I'm making all the videos and going through them. And the Eagles got a tough schedule. Ravens got a tough schedule. Chiefs got a tough schedule. Lions got a tough schedule. I mean, in terms of like the true contenders, I truly believe in my heart are like right there, Super Bowl contenders, like legitimate, truly bona fide Super Bowl contenders. This is nice. This is a nice schedule, man. Like I said, if you get lower than the 2 seed, oh my gosh, I'm firing everybody, because I'm just like, enough. I would be just so exhausted. And with this type of schedule, if the Chiefs somehow get the number 1 seed, I'm just like, I don't understand. And, I believe in the Ravens too, because at first, before I really looked at the schedule, I was like, you know what? I think there's a great chance that the Ravens have the 1 seed. But I see this schedule, and I'm like, I don't know. I mean, the Ravens do just have such tougher games. They obviously play the Bills. They play the Lions. They play the Chiefs. They play the Rams. They play the Bears. The Vikings can be more of a bit of a question mark. They play the Bengals. They play the Bengals, obviously, twice. They got the Packers. The Steelers, no matter who their quarterback is, I guess, always kind of plays the Ravens tough. But, who knows if that's now more of a bit of a thing of the past. I don't want to act like the Ravens have like the most brutal schedule under the sun, but comparing the 2 schedules, if I had to pick, I'm picking the Bills. It's a no-brainer. So, yeah, man. No wonder why this leads into the question of who needs to get the Super Bowl more, Lamar or Josh Allen, which I will definitely talk about in a later video. But that schedule, man, I'm at the point where I am just saying no excuses to the Buffalo Bills. You should be in a position to have home field advantage throughout the playoffs and a first round bye. No wild card. You get to chill. Quite frankly, you should be in a great spot where you don't even have to play week 18. You should be in a spot where you were pretty much what the Kansas City Chiefs did last season, where they had this whole thing wrapped up. Everybody was chasing them. Number 1 seed, first round bye, home field advantage. Didn't have to play against the Broncos final game of the season. They took care of business. Bing, bang, boom. There you go. Yeah. Wow. The schedule is something. Yeah. But those are just my thoughts as I still keep looking at the schedule. Those are just my thoughts. I'd absolutely love to hear yours. What do you guys all think about the Buffalo Bills? Do you think that that it's fair to say no excuses, got to get the 1 seed, should be the top team in the NFL with this schedule? Let me know in the comments below. I read every single comment, so whether you agree with me or disagree with me, either way, let's get in some discussions, let's get in some fights, but ultimately, let's just have some fun. And please do consider subscribing. We are building an amazing community here, and absolutely love to see you part of it. I want to build something that we all genuinely feel connected to, something that we're really excited to be part of. I think we're on our way to doing it. And please don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, as it really does help with the visibility and the algorithm. Thank you so much. See you next time.